What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Kpop Kimchi podcast, your number one podcast for girl groups with your number one fanboys. I am your host, Justin Turnell, with my co-host, Brian Limper. But wait, Fograw, there's more. We have some special guests, pretty much for the first time ever on this podcast. Who do we have joining us today?
Well, technically, it's the second time ever, because my brother was a guest once.
Do we really count Brett, though?
We try to forget about that, because we don't like him.
Okay, so technically the second guests we've ever had.
Yes, we have a special episode, and we have two guests from our Discord with us. These are special Discord perks you get for talking with us.
Let's go.
So we have, on one hand, our friend Josh. Say hi, Josh.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, Josh.
And we have our other friend, Zeg.
What's up, Zeg?
Yo, what up?
Where are you guys from?
Oh, yeah. You guys can take turns and tell us your background history with K-pop. So whoever wants to go first can go first.
Quick summarization, since we did read both of their lovely origin stories last week.
We did do that.
Tell you what, Zeg, I'll let you start off.
What a gentleman.
What a gentleman. Wow.
Chivalry is
right.
not dead, folks.
No, it is not. Not with Josh. So yeah, like quick background, started back in like early 2018. Just in a not so good place mentally. And friend showed me a bunch of K-pop videos and I just fell in love, and he brought me down this awesome rabbit hole.
That's how it happens.
Just been listening to K-pop ever since.
It's the best.
And who would you say your favorite group is?
Yeah, favorite group, go.
Ooh, Dreamcatcher.
And who's your ultimate bias?
Sion.
Good
Ooh,
pick.
Good choices.
It's a good pick.
Welcome,
Good
Zeg.
choices.
Welcome to the podcast.
On a scale from 1 to 10, where would you rank your K-pop knowledge?
Ooh, wow. I'd say above average.
All right,
In,
cool.
like, years, I'm pretty sure I'm above average.
He said 10.
Yeah.
Zeg said he knows
So
everything.
from 1 to 10, you're above average. Okay.
Perfect 10.
Exactly.
That is-
12. It's a perfect 12.
He knows how to talk around the question right there. That is.
Answered it the most politically correct way possible.
All right, Josh, your turn.
All right.
All right. So I got into K-pop on July 18th of 2013. Basically, a YouTube video came out called YouTubers React to K-pop. I watched it and I was like, this stuff is super cool. And I went down the rabbit hole, like Zeg said. It brought me out of a lot of bad places mentally as well. So it's become an integrated part of my life. And I've been a fan ever since. Super fan.
How deep would you say this hole was?
This hole, so you know in Russia how they have like the super deep hole is like 3 miles down.
Bro, and
It's,
it
like,
has
deeper
the
than that.
and it has the noises of like
So basically
people.
what you're saying
Exactly.
is
Okay,
it's deeper
that
than
is-
3 miles in the ground.
Okay, that is so creepy. That is like the creepiest thing I've ever seen. I haven't thought about that in a long time. Thank you
Yeah,
for
this
bringing that
rabbit
back
hole
up.
is like deeper than that.
Oh, it's so scary.
I need to look into that. That
Oh,
sounds cool.
yeah, it's like a giant hole in the
It's
ground.
pretty creepy.
They don't know how it was made, and it literally just has sounds of people screaming.
And
It's
you said some
Yeah.
Russia, right?
Oh, wow.
Naturally.
I believe
Naturally.
so. Yeah. Well, there's that one. Then there's another one where they like dug down as far as humanly possible.
Another
And
hole.
it's deeper than both of those holes combined.
Whoa, that's a deep hole. I've never
That's a pretty
seen
deep
one.
rabbit hole.
So pretty deep holes for everyone all around.
So, where'd you rank your K-pop knowledge?
So, if you would have asked me this a year ago, I would have said like an 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Currently, I'm not as well versed in the newer groups that came out in the past like a year, so I'd say I'm probably sitting at about like a 6.5 to 7.
He's also a residential boy group stan, so everyone hit up John for this.
Okay,
Your boy group
whatever.
knowledge. And who,
I like
who's,
2 boy
Closet
groups.
boy
These
group
guys keep saying I'm the resident PG stan.
hey, that's more than us, so I mean, that
I
that
guess
makes
so.
you infinity
okay,
times more than us.
okay. We like at least 2.
Who's your favorite group?
Favorite group is gonna be Oh My Girl.
Who's
100%.
Who's your ultimate bias?
Singy from Oh My Girl. She's been my bias ever since they debuted.
Obviously, we have to ask you, what did you think of the
Yeah,
comeback?
the comeback just happened. They came back with nonstop. So,
So,
what are your thoughts on that?
The comeback. It's a new style for them. It kind of builds off of what they did
It's gonna be the
with
whole
the last
episode.
comeback of Bungie. It's more of like a pop EDM type, which this is their second title track of it. I'm still getting used to that sound from them, but I really love it.
It was. I really liked it. It was really
I
different.
loved it as well.
Yeah, it was actually really good.
Gio's back. That's all I cared about. I didn't really listen to songs
Gio is
standard
back.
phase, so
Alas.
I was a big fan of the
the
cowboy
cowgirls.
cowgirls. Sorry, it's
Oh,
cowgirls.
that that concept in that video was phenomenal.
It was. But those are our special guests.
Yeah, so we got a little background information on special guests.
And-
so,
Oh,
what was I going to say?
oh.
Now that we know that, we have to start out with our normal questions. You do anything lately? You got any K-pop stuff lately?
No, I have not done anything. Nope, I'm going to take that back. I mowed grass today
Dude, so did I.
at my church, so
It wasn't a church, but...
it was...
Shout out to grass.
Shout out to grass, shout out to Onda, shout out to
grass.
Everglow.
Hashtag Everglow.
We'll get there.
I
But yeah,
power washed the
so...
house today.
I mean, still, not much to do because of coronavirus, but hey, got to mow some grass today. It was pretty fun. It was a nice day. Went for a run as well,
You
so...
buy anything?
Have I bought anything? Oh, I got my DIA album,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
which is not new, but
With the double Hyun?
I got
Dude.
Hyun. How's my pronunciation, Jared Josh?
All
All right, moving on.
You got both cards.
I got 2 cards, and I also got
What was the film strip?
Yevon.
Oh, dude. So you got 2 Yevons
Wait,
and you got 2
Who was
Hyuns?
I don't know who the film strip was. I don't remember, but I got Yevon as the big,
Yeah,
which
I
I
saw
was
that.
hyped about.
The
But
like reflective.
that's all I bought, though. What about you?
Oh, well, I just got in a couple more shirts I ordered for the merch, so I shipped that stuff out today.
Shout out the merch.
I did get my Luna blanket with Hyunjin sitting on the steps, so that's cool.
Did you put a picture of that on our Instagram?
I'll probably do that later.
Yeah, we need
I haven't
to do
got
that.
around to that yet.
Have you guys got any cool K-pop merch recently?
Yeah, you guys get anything cool? Since you're
The last
here.
thing I got was probably, I think it was my Dreamcatcher, my music taste, like tour photo book. That was really awesome. It was signed by everyone.
That's
What's
sick.
up and coming for me is I ordered both versions of Oh My Girl's album, so I can't wait
nice.
for those to get here.
That's pretty sweet. I want to order one of those too.
Yeah, I figured once things become somewhat normal again, I'll definitely pick up one of those because I really like the concept of
Yeah,
the
that
board,
actually
the
reminded
board
me.
game.
I also just ordered 3 signed albums from Mnet. That I have to ship to Korea, like to a friend in Korea, before they can ship it here. So that's going to be a big
Man,
fiasco
we should have
eventually.
done that.
We should have. What about you, Zach? You get
I know
anything?
Zeg has a lot coming, right?
I know he bought a bunch.
Yeah, I've got like a ton coming. Right now, I'm waiting on probably about 7 Dreamcatcher albums. And then, shoot, what did I just buy? Oh yeah, that's right. I bought 2 IOI albums,
Legit.
2 Weki Meki albums,
Mm.
and then I don't remember what the
2
other
Priston.
one was. Yeah, thank you. 2 Priston albums. All at the price they started at when they were released initially. So shout out to that guy on eBay for that.
Heck, fresh,
Shout
huh?
out that guy. Shout out eBay.
That guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say you guys would be proud. I told myself, hey, tough times, don't spend a lot of money. Spent like $125 on Magic cards yesterday, so I think I did pretty good.
Well, that's just the thing. It's like, okay, so I'm like, yeah, obviously don't spend a bunch of money, but we're just like cooped up inside and on our phones even more than usual. So obviously I'm just like on eBay looking at stuff and I just buy stuff. It's like,
But
oh, this is
also-
good. This is good.
Shipping's whack right now, so I like buy it now. I might not get it till the coronavirus is over. So does that really count?
Yeah, is that money you actually spent? I
Did
don't
really
know.
spend it yet till I actually get
I
the
just
product?
want my Mnet albums.
Yeah, we're still waiting
I
on
just-
our
Dude,
autographed
I'm not
Eyes
for
One
real.
album.
Haven't even got Eyes One yet. Still have my 3 Itsy ones. I have no idea when those will be here. No
And then
idea.
the freaking one person that I saw on Reddit that was talking about their signed albums, they like didn't even know that they were showing up. They just like showed up, and I'm like, what?
I think everyone got their signed Eyes One albums, but us. I think we're like the only 2 people that.
This
have-
person had like 4 of them.
That's dumb. We each got one, right?
Yeah, like we got them right when it came out, like literally right when they came out. We bought
I will
them.
get that album. I've been trying so hard to get that album. So
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, well, sounds like everyone's having a good.
everyone's having a good quarantine.
Quarantine time.
Once again, not much going on, but
Oh,
the podcast. What?
one more thing, I forgot.
What happened?
It's the end of the month, so everyone's gonna get updated on our fantasy draft scores, and you can see how bad I'm still losing because it's really bad.
He's just saying this right now, so when he comes back and wins, he's gonna be like, "Oh, look, I did
No,
it!"
no. I told
Comeback
you.
kid.
I told you to update you guys at the end of every month, and it's
That's true.
technically
That's
the end of
true.
the month.
And
What
we'll
is
get
today?
into
29th.
We'll
This
get
is-
into our actual episode after we go over the rankings, which I don't even know. What's the score?
I don't remember what the numbers were last time, but right now, Justin is winning 288.2 points to my 42 points.
Pretty good.
Hmm.
You've only had one comeback.
Yeah.
I've
So-
had 4.
Right now, he's beating me by 246.2 points. So, if you're counting at home, I'm getting reamed.
But But
Twice is coming back in
Your
June.
number one pick in the whole draft
And what-
is coming.
That's
What
gonna
is
be
it?
big.
That's going to be a big
So
one.
there's at least one more month of him winning. So hopefully nobody else releases anything between
Shout out
now and
to
when
our-
Twice comes back.
Shout out to our boy groups for not doing anything.
Shout out to the stats department.
Yeah, shout out to the Kpop Kimchi stats department.
Thanks,
You
stats
You guys
department.
work hard. No one.
You're the best, Google.
Great job.
Way to go, stats department. But it's definitely not over because you have. I mean, Twice is going to make that a lot closer. They're going to make. They're going to win.
Bro,
they're going to get a ton of views, and they're
Think
going to
about
make
how
a ton
many views they're going to have to make up for what you already did. If they got 120 million views like Itzy did, I'd still just be getting destroyed right now. I wouldn't even be close. You'd still be like, dubbing me.
You just need that From Us 9 comeback.
I need From Us to come back and give me like 300 million views.
We have a lot of comebacks that we need, honestly.
Oh man, it's bad. One day we're gonna hear what Justin's last draft pick is.
No one has Luna.
No one drafted Luna. He's the only one that has a draft pick.
I still have
left.
a draft pick yet, which hint, it's a secret that I'm going to tell everyone. I'm waiting for Blackpink.
Okay,
But I don't want to commit.
Big secret.
I don't want to commit because I know that's going to bring in so many YouTube views. But I don't want to commit because they might not come back. So
it's
Yeah,
like
we're
it's
still
like
waiting.
those Goosebumps choose your own ending books where like they say if you don't take your finger off the page, it doesn't count.
I'm gonna have to think of a date though because if I keep waiting, I might just run out of time and then I might get nothing.
Well,
so.
I mean, at least if you wait till June, that's like half of the year. So
We'll see. I mean, at least they have a song with Lady Gaga. I don't know.
do you really need points at this point?
Yes.
I don't know, man.
Dude, I'm tired of this talk because you're gonna come back and someone will win and be like, "Oh man,
That's not gonna happen. I don't
so
think that's
I
gonna
just
happen.
overcame so much."
All right. Well, after that,
Let's
now
get
we can
into
the
the
actual
actual episode.
So this episode, we get a lot of people asking us about like, oh, when we went to shows, or our experiences at shows, like what to expect and stuff. Mm-hmm. So this is a concert experience episode, so we can give you tell you about our experiences and going to different shows and all this stuff, so you know what to expect. And that's why we have our special guest today.
That's
they
why we
both
have.
are pros in the scene of going to K-pop shows.
That's why our lovely guests are here because honestly, they are more of
More experienced
veteran.
than we are.
Yeah, they're more veterans than each of us in going to K-pop shows, and you'll find out about it. So that's why we knew we had to have them on for this episode because no one knows K-pop shows better than these two bros. So
Two K-pop bros.
So what are we kicking things? So we'll go what shows we've been to first, right?
I was gonna say, do you guys have dates for yours?
Yes and no.
I have them in
Okay.
chronological order. My dates got deleted.
That's fine.
Disclaimer,
That's
by
fine.
the way.
All
For
right.
me and my experiences, I had a notepad filled out with a ton of information, but literally, 20 minutes before we recorded this, my computer crashed and I lost everything. So if I sound
that's
jumbled
what
at points,
happened.
that's fine.
That's
All
okay.
right.
That's okay. That's
He's just
okay.
getting the excuses out of the way up in front, so you know.
Yeah, excuses.
Well, I was just gonna say, if you guys have dates, I'm gonna give the dates for each one of the ones we went to. So if there's one you went into between the ones we went to, you can just be like, yeah, I went, to this after that date you went to. You know what I'm saying?
And
so it's
we-
all in
Yeah.
order.
And we have been to similar shows together too. So
Yeah. So for me and Justin, or Justin and I, for all you English majors out there listening to this, all the shows that he's gone to, I've also gone to. So he didn't have a separate list. They're just the same one. So I'll talk about wherever the show is, and we'll both give our input on what happened, because obviously we went together.
facts.
Facts. So our first one was on April 7th, 2018, and that's when we went to the Red Velvet fan meet in Chicago. I know. At the Rosemont Theater. And this, for our seating, we just got regular seats. Literally, we tried so hard to get the high rank one or higher up ones, like P1, P2, couldn't do it.
Yeah, we got beat pretty bad by Ticketmaster on that one. I mean, we were there. I remember trying to get the highest tickets, but it just didn't happen for us that day. We had good seats though. We were on the floor, kind of in the back.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. We had a really good view.
Yeah.
The only downside to that one, though, was that Joy wasn't there.
Yeah, that was.
There's only 4 of them.
That was sad.
Did either of you guys go to that?
I went to
not.
that one.
That's
I
crazy.
had regular seats as well. I didn't. This was my first ever K-pop event, so I didn't go
Same.
for crazy
Same
high
here.
tickets
Same here.
like I do now. So I just got a P5 one in the back. But it was still a great show.
Were you on the first level?
Yeah, I was on the ground level, and I was just underneath the balcony.
Dude, were you sitting next to us?
We probably sat right next. Did you sit on like the left or right or middle?
I think we were kind of like
we were on the right.
We were a little to the right of the
middle. We were
so
right.
if you're
middle.
looking at the stage, I was on the left side.
Okay,
so you're on the opposite side.
We were opposite sides. That's crazy.
Oh,
yeah, we had very similar tickets too. We had very similar tickets.
And since we didn't get anything special for that, we kind of just waited for the doors to open, and of course it was crowded. It never was like out around the building, so we had to wait in line. Went in, got our seats, and that was pretty much
I remember just not really knowing what to expect because that was our first one ever, and we had never been to anything like that ever. And I mean, it was awesome because it wasn't really a concert. Since it was a fan meet, it was almost like a live variety show of the girls like answering questions and doing games.
Played games. They
and
did like the really popular songs.
They performed a few of their songs and like some snippets of some other ones and all that stuff. But I mean, I think the biggest takeaway that I took from that was like literally, being so into it, and Red Velvet being that group that got me into it so deep, and like finally seeing them in person, it was like unbelievable.
It was kind of like an unreal experience.
I'm sure like probably most K-pop fans that have been to a show experience this, where you just like see it and you like still don't even believe that they're like actual people.
It's a whole other level.
Yeah, it is.
Seeing them in person.
And like seeing like Seulgi, Irene, just everyone, I was like in awe because when Fogg and I would go to concerts and stuff to see bands, which you've been to so many shows,
it's like, oh yeah, cool.
We like see the band and we're like, oh, that was super fun, and then we just leave, and like that's kind of it. But like K-pop, it was like this whole other level of like just like pristine people of like, I don't even think you're real, and then you're there.
Yeah,
I don't know.
because you see them on music videos, you see them on variety shows,
exactly.
You see all this,
exactly.
And with the regular like bands here in the U.S., you don't really see that as much. So it's like you see these people that you're constantly watching in person. It's just mind blowing.
Yeah, that's like exactly.
I remember we were sitting there and we were like looking at them. They're like talking, just doing whatever. And I'm thinking, wow, like, is this like real? Like, are they like really here? Like, I literally just saw you on TV.
I felt that after I left. When we were driving, we went to Denny's afterward, and I was like,
shout out to Denny's.
Shout out to Denny's. But
bring back the Brooklyn spaghetti and meatballs for your boy.
Sponsor us. But
also that.
I was just like, was that even like a real thing? Like, we literally got to see like Irene, Wendy, Yuri in person, and I like got to see Seulgi, and I had my Seulgi shirt. I was like, this is the best day. It was just unbelievable. And Zeg, I'm sure like you going to your first show, that's kind of how it was too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So that was our first show.
I wanted to say a couple more things.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good.
So something that I was really surprised at with it might be my first show was all the like fan like goodies that people hand out in line. Like I had people come out and hand me photo cards, like
random buttons, like
with their names
handmade stuff.
We missed.
It was all handmade stuff, and it was awesome seeing my first the K-pop random play dance live.
Oh yeah,
I remember they were doing that. That was really cool to see in person.
Remember when they got that punishment and they had to do a sexy dance?
The sexy dance? Oh, I was talking about in line, like fans doing the random play dance.
Oh, we didn't.
But
I think we got there too late. We didn't see that.
Yeah, I don't think we saw.
Yeah, I was
we were
like
also kind of towards
just
the end,
like in the front half of the line.
Okay, yeah. I wish we got there earlier because we could have got some freebies and stuff. We didn't get any freebies, but Red Velvet did also do the random play. They also did the random play.
They did do that, and the sexy dances were awesome. Also, shout out to Irene for wearing my favorite outfit I've ever seen on her.
Such a
that
good
black
outfit.
and blue dress with the pigtails.
And
that's my favorite outfit ever on Irene.
Honestly, if
it's one of my favorites.
If anybody sees Instagram posts floating around of them like doing random dances on like because I mean they're like legendary now. Like you see them all the time. That was from like the Chicago show we went to.
And Seulgi had on they all had what they had in the video. She had like those red pants that like I don't even know how to describe
the ripped
them.
Red pants.
They like hooked down to the bottom, and it was like so unreal seeing like that's what they had in the video. It was super crazy. And yeah,
that was freaking awesome.
The fan cam of Wendy dancing was like I still see it to this day. Because
it was on my phone.
It was an iconic moment.
Is there anything else you wanted to add?
No.
We gotta talk about Zeg's first show.
Yeah, Zeg, what was the date of your first show?
November something of 2018.
Okay, so then yours would be next before our second one.
Perfect.
So please share with us. Share with us, friend.
Yeah, so my first experience was like, it was wild because it wasn't actually here in the U.S. I actually went to Blackpink
that's right.
in South Korea.
That was your first one?
Talk about a
that was
bomb
my
shell of
first K-pop
experience.
And
concert.
the episode is over. Zeg wins.
Well, he won. We're not going to share the
Yeah.
rest of these. So this is
All
going to be
right,
cool.
later,
Give him the
everybody.
trophy.
Because he actually went to Korea to see a show, so this is going to be fun. 'Cause we never
explain
experienced
all
this.
of that.
Oh yeah, like it was awesome. First off, I don't even know like what like level of like ticket I got, because I had to buy it off of StubHub. So whatever I got is what I got, and I just ran with it. But yeah, just wild. Being in like South Korea just in general is just amazing, and then putting a Blackpink concert
confirm
on top of that, yeah. And then you go to like a concert, like wow. So I don't know, like where do you want me to go? Like just down the list of
What was your
everything?
favorite part? What was like a concert moment? What was like the
Well, like,
Blackpink
what was
moment?
like, also
Or,
like what was
hit-
like the venue like, and like what
yeah,
was
and,
like,
like
getting in?
seeing a show in Korea. I mean, obviously, like I have no idea what that
I have no
is,
idea
but,
what
like,
it
Give
is.
us
like-
a rundown of what it's like from like arrival to show.
Yeah,
like arrival to the venue.
Yeah, like
yeah, just like
arrival-
going into the show and like stuff like that. Like, do you have to do anything special or?
So because it was like my first like concert, like I wasn't really sure what to do. So like I actually
Right,
showed up
right.
at the venue, probably about like 2 in the afternoon. In fact, like my hotel was half a mile like on the other side of Olympic Park, so I just walked through like a beautiful ass park
Oh, that's dope.
to get
That's
there.
sick.
They had like this big, huge banner for Blackpink up on the venue. They actually at around 2 p.m. they actually had a couple booths set up for like merch, but there wasn't like a whole lot of people around at all. So, but I just went up, bought some merch, bought the light stick. I got the biggest shirt that I could get, which was a large in Asian. So it doesn't actually fit me, but I have it.
Flex.
Dude, hey, I hang that up in the rafters of your room, just like.
Exactly. And then the shout out to the guy at the cash register bit, because I was supposed to only get 3 photo cards, but he decided to give me all 4.
I mean,
That's
come on.
the
You
At
gotta-
that point, you
Yeah,
might
like,
as
come
well.
on,
Like,
man.
come on.
Like, come on. You gotta give them
Yeah,
one more. It's one
Exactly. He's like, yo, what's your 3 favorite members? So I was like, what do you mean 3?
There's only
It's
4
like-
of them.
more. That's
Yeah,
so
there's
bogus.
4,
Yeah.
all of them.
Exactly. So he's like, all right, listen, I'm gonna give you all 4. I was like, all right, dude,
What a bro.
blast.
Shout out to that guy.
Yeah,
Shout
seriously,
out to
the
him.
hero.
And did you go by yourself?
After that, I did go by myself.
Okay.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Damn, what an experience.
That's so crazy.
That's a big thing to go by yourself.
Oh yeah, especially like halfway across the world alone.
So were you
is-
just like I'm doing this, like I'm going, Blackpink,
Yeah, like,
South Korea,
it
like
was-
Seoul, I'm going.
Yeah, I was at work. I used to do door-to-door sales, and we were all at lunch. And notification on Instagram came up: Blackpink in your area, Seoul.
You
I
were
Sort
looked
of.
there,
at
yeah.
that,
Sort,
and then
sort of
I just
there.
like, yeah, I just looked up at everyone and went, "Yo, I'm going to this."
That's so
And
sick.
That was that.
That's pretty sweet.
I'm
What
friggin-
a full send.
I know. I'm so hyped right now.
You
Let's
can't like
go.
back out of it once you told him you were going.
Like, yeah, we're going to
I'm
Korea,
back.
going to watch Blackpink. No big deal.
NBD.
Yeah,
Have a good Tuesday, guys. I'm out of here.
really. So that after actually I got all the merch, I didn't really know what to do because that was all of like 5 minutes. So I just went back to the hotel and just like chilled out for a little bit, and then went back later. Since everything was like assigned seats, I was like, all right, whatever. I guess there's nothing on the floor. Turns out there were seating on the floor, like every other concert, but they actually did have just like folding chairs out on the floor. So I guess I didn't really like miss too much, other than being on the floor.
Was there a lot of
Um,
English speakers there?
I was just about to ask
No.
that.
Not at all. So, as I was like sitting out waiting for the doors, I was just sitting there minding my own business, just trying to keep up on like VLive and Twitter and like what's going on for like the concert. And this just like little Korean girl just like comes over, like hands me like the little like fan banners that you put up for the encores. And she was like, "This is for you." Mind you, this isn't like super broken English. She was like, "This is for you. It's free. Like, just hold it up for the encore." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then a couple minutes later, like some kid like 10 feet away from me just like sat down, struggling with his light stick to work. So I went over and I helped him out with it.
Oh my
And we were just like,
gosh.
What a hero.
What a
and
saint.
I know.
Not all heroes
Well,
wear
it's funny
capes.
because like I saw him do the exact same thing that I did, which was I put the batteries in backwards, and so it
Classic.
won't work.
Been there.
Classic.
Exactly. So, but the problem was it wasn't the fact that just switching the batteries around. The second battery that's in there gets jammed.
Yeah, it's
and
horrible.
So you just can't get out.
I think that happens with mine too.
Yeah. So I went over and like I helped him like fix it, and then for probably about like 30, 40 minutes before the doors, like we were just sitting there talking, just through like Google Translate. I mean, he was probably using Papago, which I didn't know about at the time.
That's pretty
But
cool.
it
That's
was
so awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah. And then
Ending
yeah, just
racism.
For real. Zach out here leading the way.
What's that?
Front runner for ending racism. Good job,
Yeah.
Zach.
You're welcome.
Proud of you.
Out here representing the US of A. Yeah, we entered the venue together, but we were both on the opposite ends of the arena, so had to part ways with my boy.
Ah, tough.
Oh,
I
I
hate
hate
to
that.
see it,
It's the
man.
worst part.
I hate to see it, but
Hopefully he's doing okay today.
but for real though, I do think about the 3 people that I met, so and he was one of them. The other 2 people I got to my seat, I think. So when you look at like the arena, it's like the like really shallow seats, right? And then you go like up like kind of the steeper ones on the next level up, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I was in the front row of like that second section, so I had like the big aisle in front of me. So amazing view. When you're looking
Yeah,
at
you're
the
taller
stage, I
than
was like just
most of
off
them,
to the
probably.
left. Yeah, I was taller than everybody, so you know, sorry everyone that was behind me. My bad. No, you know, I just sit down and I had four girls on either side of me.
Oh my
There
gosh.
you go.
Dang, let's
Jeez.
go, boy.
So
man.
I picked the side and I ran with it and I just started talking.
Do it.
Just go for it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Just send it.
Oh my
Send
God.
it.
Like,
This is
we
better
just
than
talked
the
about like,
concert.
K-pop in general, and then like Blackpink and like YG and whatnot. Turns out the one girl was only a YG stan, but like the other one was into like Red Velvet.
Oh, I feel sorry for
I
her.
feel bad for her, man. Goodness.
Yeah. I had my friend from Scotland on Snapchat, so like I got him involved too. Like
Whoa,
It was a lot
this
of
is a whole
fun.
worldwide event.
Where is this
Exactly.
legendary Scotland guy? Why is he not in our Discord chat?
This is
Get him
the,
in here.
This is the
Question, I
best
gotta
story
ask him.
I've ever heard. This is the best story ever.
This is the whole episode, guys. Just
It
this
hasn't
story.
even the concert hasn't even started yet.
Yeah, for
exactly. It
real.
hasn't started yet until now. So the concert starts.
Nice segue.
Zegway.
Yeah, and
Segue.
honestly, the whole concert to me was just a blur.
Mhm.
I honestly do not remember anything other than
Was there confetti?
Sundry was there.
Whoa!
Ooh. Ooh.
He came up and performed something on stage.
Whoa.
What a gift!
He was like talking with the members of Blackpink on stage for a little bit. And Crunk showed up I think towards the end and did
Let's
go.
that was cool. Oh yeah, the biggest thing I remember actually other than that was when they performed Stay. They went up on like a floating platform and came around the arena
Whoa.
on the floating platform. It was so cool. And so they were like right there, like right in front of me for like a couple seconds.
That was elite.
Yeah. So that's
cool.
really all I remember of it. And then it's over and I just walked back to the hotel and
In depression,
pondered
pretty much.
everything for
That
about an
post
hour.
to America.
depression hit.
Post-concert,
Yeah,
post-concert
it-
depression is a
roll.
very real thing. Very real thing.
And it's the
Seek
worst
treatment.
feeling.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
How's the
Especially
security
right
there?
now with the virus. No
Mm.
concerts for the foreseeable future.
That's what I want to
Yeah,
know.
really. You said how was the security there?
Yeah.
It was present.
Good. Solid.
That's good to hear.
It
I
was
wouldn't
Josh.
say there was like a whole lot. I mean, the most like security I saw was just like I guess staff members working, just pointing people in the right direction.
Wow.
Yeah,
A little more lenient
That's
than
freaking awesome.
over here.
safe over there. I don't know. Yeah. So
Alright,
that was
cool.
my concert experience.
Well,
That's
listeners,
awesome.
that was the best story you're going to get, so it's only downhill from here.
That was way
but
better than any experience I've ever had.
shout out to
Literally
those.
any experience
Yeah,
I've
that
ever
was
had.
so
Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
That doesn't
So-
include just K-pop. That's in life.
Yeah, just life. Yeah, you're welcome.
He
One
just
thing I
shared all
did
my
forget,
life.
is because I don't remember any of the concert other than those few parts. That's the reason why I actually pre-ordered and bought the Seoul concert DVD. The second it was announced,
That's
so I could
perfect.
sit back and like watch it. And yes, I did make it into the DVD, so you can see me there.
Dude, you have to take a
That's awesome.
You gotta
screenshot of
send a
that.
picture to us. Oh my gosh.
What is
No,
this
like
for?
you don't see my face. Like it's just one of the wide shots, and I narrowed down to the area that I was sitting in.
Oh man, that's so cool.
Speaking of that, did you see the screenshot I posted where Josh went through his videos from Twice Lights and we were on the
Oh
barricade?
yeah, we were there. That's awesome.
Yeah, if you want to see a photo of these
funny.
two guys at Twice Lights from a balcony seat, you have to join the Discord.
From a creepy
Enjoy
bird's
the
eye
Discord,
view.
scroll up a little bit.
That's
all
a
right,
good story.
Moving on, that was the best. So, what was our? Well, I did not go to our next one.
Yeah, I went to the next
Oh,
one.
this was Josh's.
and
big
Josh
one.
went to the next
I was there
one.
as well.
Is this your next one too, Josh?
Yes, my next one.
All right, well, since it's your girls, you can introduce it.
All right.
No
so- yeah, no pressure. So, January 20th of 2019 at the Park West Theater in Chicago, Oh My Girl had their first U.S. tour, one of their concerts. So my story with it is I got the general admission dance floor was what it was called. It was basically like a P1, you would say. I also got the Miracle meet and greet package.
The real
That
deal.
included a high touch premium laminate and lanyard,
Ooh, the
uh,
lanyard.
an
yes.
autographed poster, priority access, and a solo photo with the artist.
Give me the meat sweats, boy.
Man, that's elite. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
and then I also bought the merchandise package, which you got a special, I guess you could say, item for that, which was a clear drawstring bag with the logo. So I just thought it was kind of cool.
So,
But-
explain to everybody what a high touch is, because we've had people ask about it. And we try to
So a
explain
high
it. I
touch-
mean,
Yeah, so a high touch, from my experience, I've been to a couple. Basically, you're gonna get into a line with the other people at the event, and the artists are gonna get into a line. And pretty much what you do is what it's called high touch. You say hi, and you give them a high five, a knuckle bump, or something of that sort. So you say hi, and you touch them.
it literally
that's my
lasts like
experience.
seconds.
Yeah, it literally lasts like 1 second per member, maybe. For Oh My Girl, I honestly don't remember very much of it because my brain was so scrambled. I was so excited to meet my favorite girls.
That's the thing was like it's such a short, like split second, like blink of an eye time to go through a high touch, but you're so pumped and excited, like oh my gosh, and you're going like in a big line to get there, and you're getting closer and closer, so you're all like fired up. And you get like so excited it happens, and you're like, "Wait a minute, did I do it yet? Like,
Is it over? Is it over?
Like, what happened? Like,
For me, it's not remembering like the actual high touch. It's more thinking, I did that. You know, I met them up close and I touched them. Even
Yeah.
if I don't remember, I know I did it.
Someday in the back of their head, they're going to be like, this little dude that we saw in Chicago screamed at us very loud and then touched our hands. You're going to be in their head for the rest of their lives. Remember
Dude, I
that.
hope so. I hope so.
they looked at you. I mean, that's pretty cool.
It's true. For me, I just got like the regular seats, like literally the farthest seats possible. But this venue's not very big, and I
Well, it was
lived in
small, which
I
is
lived in
awesome,
Chicago
but-
for like
Man,
5, 6, something like
Long
that. So,
time.
I don't know. I lived there for a while. Now I went to a lot of shows, and until this Oh My Girl thing, I'd never heard of this place in my entire life. So
Yeah.
I was like, "What is this place? I have no idea what this is." Got there, it's pretty small. It's nice though because it's like a smaller, like more intimate show, you know. Because even
Yeah,
though
that's
like,
the thing about the small venues. What people don't realize is like when you go to a stadium tour, you know that's cool, but the thing is you're not going to be as close to the artist. You're going to be farther back. With these small venues, every seat is a good seat because you're not more than 40 feet away from the performers. It's
Right.
really a hidden gem in K-pop world.
Definitely.
Is those small theaters.
and like with you and these the seats you were in, they were like reaching in and taking your guys' phones and taking pictures. and like
Yeah, so
stealing
I still
signs out of the crowd and stuff. So I mean, their like fan service interaction was like top notch. It's like awesome.
Fan service for Oh My Girl was amazing. So I had front row seats on the, if you're looking at the stage in the right side of it, right in front of a speaker. So my eardrums were blown out. But so I had very front row. So I had Singy, my ultimate bias. She took my phone twice and took a little video on it. And to this day, that's still my background on my phone. But I had great interaction with all the members. Jiho pretended to shoot me with finger guns, and I pretended
Gosh, I
to
wish
get shot.
she shot me with finger guns.
A real
Yeah,
gun,
for real.
actually.
So she shot my heart, as you could say, Cupid pun.
Took that
And,
bullet for me.
She ran away scared after I pretended I died. So that was an awesome thing. But yeah, they were taking everybody's phones.
And then she took a break from the group, so great job.
Oh yeah, maybe. You know what?
Don't put that on him, Ricky Bobby. Your guys' stories are so much better than mine.
But also, I have to add, for this concert, getting there, I got there super, super early. I was there for hours before the show. And the temperature, probably like 10, 15
No, it
degrees
was
outside.
freezing.
It was really
It
cool.
was
was
freezing.
freezing.
I had on
why I
jeans,
didn't
tennis
go.
shoes, a t-shirt, and a hoodie. I was frozen. Shout out to the people that bought the hand warmers and were handing them out to people in line. Those are legends right there.
Real heroes.
Real fans, real K-pop fans, they know.
Real thing. They
I
were
remember-
helping all the fans out.
I remember like seeing, we didn't even know about that tour, and I think I saw like an Instagram ad for it, and I was like, hey, you want to go see Oh My Girl? And it was like not.
I was like, yeah.
It was like very affordable. It was like very, very affordable. Even, and, we were just like, yeah, we'll just go and get whatever the lowest one is. But even the bigger tickets were like really like a solid price. But it was like, yeah, let's just do this. And we got them, and unfortunately I couldn't go, but I mean, it just looks sweet because the venue. I mean,
I will definitely say I felt kind of bad because I was reading online where like not enough people were buying tickets to go to their show, so like in Texas and stuff, they're actually giving them out to people.
Yeah, I
So
saw
they
that
like
too.
so they like show up because I mean I got these tickets like almost like a day or two before it like happened. So I mean
Yeah,
I was
I
like,
don't
oh,
know
they're
what
gonna be
happened
sold
with the
out.
promotion for this tour because even
I knew
like,
nothing about it. Nothing
a
about
I
super
didn't know-
fan, even as myself, I
Yeah.
didn't know anything about it until 2 months after like the tickets were released, and I all of a sudden I went online and I'm like, wait a minute, they're coming to the U.S. Like, why have I not heard about
I
this?
feel like that was like horribly promoted, and then it was just like it was like the dead of winter too. So it was just like a
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's not gonna like stop any like well, it stopped me, but because we had
I spoke too soon.
we had like a big snowstorm the day before, and for some reason
Yes.
I was like. Because I had to drive 3-4 hours. I was like, I can't make it the next day, even though the next day was.
It was funny because afterwards we were both like thinking, why didn't you just come up?
We like text each
that
other and
day?
we're like, why didn't I just drive up on that Sunday? I think it was a Sunday.
Yeah, I was like,
It was a Sunday. I remember because I drove Sunday morning, 3-4 hours, went to the show,
Real
and had to
fan.
drive back home another 4 hours because I had. This was when I was
Yeah,
in the police
see-
academy. I had PT at 5:30 in the morning the next day,
Ooh.
so I got home at like 2
Dedicated.
or 3 a.m. and I only got like 1 hour sleep. That day was rough.
hey, but it's worth it.
100%.
It was 110% worth it. Would do again.
My tickets obviously were not as good as yours because I was literally the farthest back you could possibly be without being a worker, working in the bar, giving out alcoholic beverages to people. Because they were actually behind me doing that. But I will say my most memorable thing is I've talked about it on the podcast before, but we watched Dream Concert 2015, and when I saw Cupid, they performed on there. That's the first thing I ever
Yes.
saw them play. And they opened up the show by playing Cupid, and
Opened up with.
I was like sitting there, like I never thought I'd see this happen live, and this is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. Like this is crazy.
Yeah, I was wondering what they were going to open with. So my thing is I never look at a set list before a concert because I like to be
That's the opposite of me.
surprised.
Oh, yeah,
So
100%.
when they opened up with Cupid, I lost it. I was just like, oh, and I ugly cried many times during that concert.
He's a sensitive guy, so it happens.
Yeah, I actually almost fainted walking away from them from the group photo. Benny complimented my Korean.
Oh man, the
And
ultimate
I was walking
compliment.
away from the photo. You had to walk up like a little flight of stairs, and halfway up the stairs, I like dropped halfway to my
You should have.
dude. It was close. I almost fainted.
Bit the dust.
Man, that's pretty great. Good experience. So like,
Good, great experience. 10 out of 10.
yeah, it's pretty easy. Just kind of walked in. They were like, okay, hey, show's over here. Do you have your ticket? Yeah, scanned in. So there wasn't anything too
I'm
difficult.
so
for
mad I
that.
didn't go, but
It's all right. Next time.
it's a theme.
Yeah, next time they come back, you gotta go.
Oh, no,
trust me.
definitely.
There's gonna be more to this him missing shows thing coming up here.
No, yeah,
Oh, boy.
definitely next time. Definitely next time. I'll be there.
What? How was it seeing your favorite Ultimate Bias in person? I've never got to experience that.
It was an unbelievable experience. To just have
your
them
phone.
literally.
Ain't she
Twice.
speaks English?
It was literally just feet away from, like, especially the photo, literally inches away from them, and it was just an amazing, unbelievable. Like, they're real, they're here, and I'm with them.
Did Busey go with you?
I met Busey was in line or after the show. I met him there though at the concert. He was there with Jacob, his other friend.
Because I know, is that the other guy in the picture?
That's the other guy in the picture.
Because
he's a mystery.
Why is he not in the Discord chat with us?
You know, I don't really know. That's Busey's friend.
Well, yeah, we'll worry about that. We'll worry about that later.
Because I know he has that picture or video of Yua that he always has as his like profile picture thing. So I was like, is that this from the same show?
Probably. It's only show in the U.S.
All right, then yeah, it must be.
Other shows during that.
We'll go with a maybe.
That tour.
I'm going with a hard maybe. All right, well that was awesome. Zeg, what's the date of your next show?
Red Velvet's Red Bear. I think it was February, like early February.
Okay,
February,
because that's. I mean, regardless, we're going to talk about each one because we went to the one in Chicago. Well, I went to the one in Chicago, which was on February 15th, and that was at like Chicago Theater, and we actually had decent seats because they were P2, so it was like pretty solid. Where'd you guys go?
I went to Newark.
I was in Chicago as well.
So you were at the Chicago one with me. So
Yeah.
how was the Newark one?
It was good. I
What tickets
didn't
did you
have
have?
like, yeah, I didn't have like the greatest ones. I mean, I want to say it was P3. But it was like I guess like a play theater, for lack of better words. So like you had in the very back, you had seats that just went straight up the wall.
Okay.
So I was like maybe like halfway up that said wall, up against the wall.
So very back, pretty much.
Yeah, but I mean the view was still great, and like because we were like dead center. So yeah, I mean it wasn't bad, but I do regret like not going to go with the higher tier.
I know at the Chicago one, it's in Chicago Theater, and it's kind of like a play theater too. Like, you walk in there and you're kind of like, this is where I'm seeing like Phantom of the Opera or like Romeo
Yeah,
and
like
Juliet.
the,
or something.
Yeah.
Amazing
artwork
show,
on the
amazing
walls
show. Shout out
were
Phantom of the Opera.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so you got the people on like the side, you know, their fancy booths with like their binoculars, like looking at plays and stuff.
Yep.
But it was really cool. What seats did you have, Josh?
So I had P1. I was like, I want to say like 6 to 8 rows back on the right side of the stage.
Hey, you were pretty close to us because I think we were like 15 seats back.
Hey, so you're right behind me.
Pretty much.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
keep in mind, I didn't know these guys. At all these concerts, until we get to our last concert that we're going to mention, I never knew these guys at all. We went to so many of the same concerts.
Spoiler
Spoilers.
alert, the guys that are on this with us
Hey, I
right now,
didn't
we
say
talk
what
to
it
all the
was.
time, and we met for 30 seconds in person one day. So
We'll get to that.
We literally have
We'll
met
get to
for
that
about
one.
30 seconds.
we'll get to that later.
Literally all of our last one that we've
But
been at. So
I'm pretty sure your guys' whole theme and what happened is the same as what ours was. But it was pretty cool because the way that it's set up, it was like a whole movie kind of thing with like segues and different songs compilated together to like fit the theme of like what was happening. And it was like a whole like mystery murder case that they had going on.
Yeah, when they had the horror video playing, that was freaking awesome.
So that was really
Yeah, I
cool.
like the way they did that.
Joy was there, so all 5 members were there, so that was good.
Shout out to Joy.
Shout out.
How'd you like the show?
I actually caught.
well, I saw them when they first came to America. So no, I couldn't go to that one because of work. I went through the stress of trying to get great tickets for it. So that was my fun time with the concert because it was very stressful. Could not do a Ticketmaster.
Most stressful thing in the world is buying K-pop tickets.
That's fact right
absolutely.
there.
Oh, it's horrible, and it was horrible for this. I remember this one was just like it was one of the biggest messes ever. We did good, pretty solid ones though. Obviously not because I remember trying to get like the top ones for that, but that just failed. But yeah, they were pretty solid tickets. I didn't get to go because of work, unfortunately. But yeah, hopefully, well, Red Velvet has been back, so hopefully they come back again eventually.
And this was kind of like the Red Velvet thing you were talking about earlier, where I walked in and they're like handing out like handmade goods, like photo cards, stickers. That's how I gave you the ones that I got from there.
Oh yeah.
And I brought them home and I gave them to him. By him, I mean Justin.
Do you remember the signed balls that they were throwing out?
Yeah.
So I actually got one of those.
Oh, of course you
I got
did.
Yeti.
He just
Well,
really
here's
baited
the
me into
funny
that
part.
flex
Should
right
have
there.
threw it back.
Right. Yeah.
Throw it
Here's the funny
back.
part, though. So it threw. I saw it coming towards me, and it hit my hand, but fell down, and it
Oh.
landed in between the person's legs in front of me, like right underneath their butt.
You
So
snatched
I
that
like
shit,
went
right?
down to grab it, and I like pulled back at the last second because I thought they felt like I was gonna grope them, and I was not about to have that. So I didn't know what happened to it. After the show was completely over, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna look on the ground. So I went down, hands and knees, looked underneath the
No
seat, and there the
way.
ball was
Oh
just
my
sitting there. In the
gosh.
Do you still
confetti.
Oh,
have
wow.
it?
Oh, I still have it. It's in my other
trophy
room, but I
case?
do have it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is pretty
I
cool.
had
That's so
one of my
lucky.
buddies. He actually has every member. He has multiple of every member.
Dang, how did he
Wow,
get those?
he just is
Oh,
Calvin
he
Johnson.
went to
Goodness.
okay. So
Seriously,
on Red
shit.
Mare alone, he spent over $10,000. He went to like
Okay.
almost every show of the
Wow.
entire tour in multiple countries.
Is this Sam? Are you
Yeah,
friends
what's
with
why-
Sam?
Guys- No, I mean
He's-
that's equivalent of Sam, I guess, for Red
Pretty
Velvet.
much. Yeah, and that's not even his favorite group.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
You
Yeah,
got
I
any-
know. It's just
Can
like
we
a joke.
be? Can you introduce him to us so we can be friends with him and
You know what? I'll see what I can do. Also, I wanna
donate some
add for
money
this
to our
concert-
podcast?
Why is he not in the Discord?
I'll see what I can do. But I also want to add for this concert. I had the light stick for this.
Oh, here we
and
go.
multiple months after the concert, I was going through all my K-pop merch, and I opened up the case where the Red Velvet light stick's supposed to be, and it's not there. So at some point between the concert and multiple months after it, I'm convinced my light stick was stolen because I've searched through my entire room, all my K-pop merch, and the light stick is just gone.
that was your payback for finding the sign
I was
ball?
gonna say you got the ball. The laws,
Yeah.
It
the
was the
laws of your,
sacrifice.
the laws of
maybe
equivalent
when I
exchange.
reached down for the ball, I dropped the light stick.
Yeah,
Some
someone
random
came in
staff
and
member
just
got it.
And then somebody bent over and was like, "Hey, there's a light stick here."
it's just an ongoing thing.
They
Yeah,
went
so-
for the ball, but found your light stick.
Yeah, but to this day, I don't know where that light stick went, so I got to order a new one.
Zeg,
Yeah.
you got anything to share from your experience at the anything
Yeah, it's
else?
like completely different. Other than being really far back, I didn't get to experience everything from up in the front. But I also our concert. You guys were saying you were getting free handouts waiting for the doors and everything. We didn't get any of that
Wow.
in Newark. Yeah, so I don't know what happened between Chicago and Newark, but freebies were, I guess, a no-go anymore. Yeah, I mean, seats weren't, like I said, weren't great, but I just enjoyed being there, and the show was just awesome. I enjoyed it so much because at the time Red Velvet was my ultimate group,
As
so
they should
it was
be.
just awesome. Yeah,
Stand
I
up.
couldn't help but just almost cry for the whole concert because my ult was right in front of me.
That's awesome.
That is amazing.
So
When it
what's
was
good?
over, I was like, wait, it's over? Now what do I do? I remember thinking
Oh,
that,
yeah.
what's next?
Hopefully one day I'll meet my ult in person.
For real,
Shout out
CLC needs to come.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that covers that.
Quick shout out,
Um,
if you haven't done it already, go on My Music Taste and support CLC coming to the US.
Yeah, go vote for them to
Yeah,
be
do
here.
that.
Go be a tastemaker. I think that's what
top
it is,
10
right?
tastemakers.
I think this was
Yeah,
called,
it's you make it, so I think you're a tastemaker.
Just
Okay,
give
if they
us
come to
one
the US,
seat.
you
Just
get
give us
10%
one
off.
cube. Just one cube. Come on, one U.S. tour, so we can see them one time.
So
One US concert.
Our next show, or I guess my next show, was on April 24th.
You
So
never forget that I never go.
Did you guys? Yeah, I know. Did you guys have anything before that?
No, because ours I think was Blackpink,
Yeah,
and that was May 1st.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
my May
our
1st.
our date was before, but I mean we can combine them together because I'm sure they're probably pretty much the same. Because that's actually going to be the Blackpink in your area tour, and that was in Chicago at Allstate Arena, and I just got regular seats. Those seats were the farthest back seats I've ever had in my life.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
I also bought those.
He got those, but he didn't go.
No, I didn't. I remember trying getting those, and I was like, I'm not. After trying to get the other ones, I remember just being like, I'm not even gonna try for whatever. I didn't even know what the VIP package was. I was like, I'm just gonna get the cheapest ones.
Because I mean, we both like Blackpink a lot, but they're not my favorite group. I'm going to drop hundreds of dollars to go see them, and but it'd be fun to go see them and be like, oh yeah, I saw Blackpink. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But it was at Allstate Arena, and Allstate Arena is huge. Like, this is where they get, like, all the giant events that are held for any group, any, like, wrestling, sporting events, all that stuff's at Allstate Arena. So that was a pretty big venue. Where'd you guys see him at?
We saw him in Newark.
Yeah, this is where we actually met. Me and Zeg met here.
Yeah.
Big
Where we
moment.
met.
He's just picking up
Big
friends along the way
moment.
over here.
For real, that's
Yeah,
how you do
exactly.
it.
Josh,
So,
the gatherer of
for
K-pop
me-
fans.
Yeah. So for me, a buddy that I met at Redmare, he was gonna go to Blackpink too, and I was like, as a graduation like gift to myself, I'm like, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna go to New York and see them in Newark. So my buddy, shout out to him, he let me crash at his pad for this show, and so we showed up at like noon. We're like 20th in line, I think. I think one of my favorite parts about this was they had so many activities set up around the venue. Like there was, I don't know how it was for Chicago, but we had a Kia Soul that was half black and half pink.
Yeah.
There was a karaoke room. There was
Oh,
a
wow.
bunch of activities that you could do,
So much room for activities.
like while you were waiting.
Seriously.
So much room for activity.
Ours had like a backdrop that had like cardboard cutouts of the girls, and you could like take pictures with them and like enter to win a contest for a car or something like that.
Yeah, that was there too. I didn't enter that.
No, me neither. And they had like a dancing area too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
about it.
Zeg, did you have the sound check?
Yeah, we both had the whole everything.
Okay, so I bought the Blink VIP package.
Yep.
And it sounds like he did too. So with that, it included the floor GA ticket, sound check entry, early access to the venue, a send off after the concert, a VIP tour laminate and lanyard, and a specially designed
Like a boat.
piece of merchandise.
What
The
was it?
merchandise was just a little
It
tote
was
bag.
just a bag. Yeah.
Just a tote bag.
It
with
just
Ah.
says
Blackpink in
Blackpink and VIP on it.
Dude, elite.
Yeah.
I know.
Too elite. Why don't you give a rundown, Zeg, of the sound check?
Oh man, boy, sound check. Wow, that was great. So I guess like just right before like opening the doors to sound check, like we're all outside, like we met some people, we're just hanging out, chilling, and my man Josh over here he and his friend had a sign with him. Josh didn't have anything written on it, and he couldn't
I
figure out
couldn't
what to
think
do.
of what to write on my sign.
No,
Staying
and so he's
Kpop
like
Kimchi.
freaking out, and he didn't have anything to write. So eventually, I actually came up with the idea of writing
Shout out to you,
Jenny,
Zeg.
Can We Kick It? Because Kick It was his favorite song at the time. Jenny's bias at the time. I don't know if she still is.
She still is.
Okay. So I was like, dude, that's perfect. No matter what, Kick It's going to have to play, and you're going to have the sign.
Mhm.
So
So shout out to him. Had these three random Asian girls sit by us in line because I can't draw for crap. Like it would look like a 2-year-old wrote it. So they like wrote "Jenny, can we kick it?" in like good handwriting and stuff. So shout out to them.
shout out.
Yeah, and then so we got into the venue. Where did you stand? Where were you?
We were right next to each other. So we were.
I don't remember.
Yeah, no. So, it was all like up on the center stage part. We were looking
You were
at
looking
the
at
stage.
center
we were like
stage. We were,
right. Yeah,
like,
we were looking
the
at
right
the stage. I think we
corner.
were on like the right corner, like,
Exactly.
right
yeah.
against the barrier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So seeing them in non-performance outfits was really cool. They were just came out in like
Yeah.
just chilling clothes, like they had shorts on and hoodies
Oh,
and
that would
stuff.
have been the best.
Gosh, the
That
best.
would've been the best.
They came out
Yeah.
and performed. I can't remember if it was 2. I think it was 4 songs. At sound check.
I don't know. All I remember is they definitely did Kick It.
Yeah. So for Kick
That's
It,
the most memorable one to me.
I heard the song come on, and I was at the barricade here, and I lost my mind because A, it's my favorite song, and B, I have a sign that says, "Jenny, can we kick it?" So I was at the barricade. I put it in front of the barricade, and I was like waving it around. All the members saw it, and Jenny, when she saw it, she at the beginning of the second verse, she has her part where she sings. And she sang that while looking into my eyes. Like, it wasn't like looking in my area. Like, she was leaning down at me,
Oh.
singing in my eyes. And I lost it. I straight up just ugly
Ugly
cried
cried.
right in front of her.
Oh my goodness.
And
At least you
it,
weren't in
it
the
was
bathtub.
unbelievable.
At least you.
Yeah. So the thing for the sound check, they were super strict about no cameras. Like, if they saw you with your phone out, you were immediately, like, kicked out. So there's no proof of this, but I put it on my life that has actually happened.
Yeah.
It was one
I
of the most
believe you.
amazing
I believe
Yeah.
you.
I was there. Our other friend was there.
Mm.
You know, other people we met in London, I still talk to her. You know, they were there and saw it. So it
Yeah,
happened.
so
Promise.
sound check happened, then we left. We had to leave the venue, get re-lined up for the general concert. We got in, and we pretty much got barricaded again on another corner. I was
Yeah, it
on the
was
barricade. I
like,
think you were right behind me.
yeah, it was close to where we were before, but it was, I
Farther
guess,
towards the stage.
yeah, it was like the area where like center stage, like the runway and center stage are connected.
Hmm. Yeah.
But still towards like the outside of center stage, so a little further from the runway.
So the concert was awesome. Seeing
Absolutely amazing.
Lisa Duswala was mind blowing up
Yeah,
that close. Shout out to the security guard and all my fan cams who's looking not amused the entire concert. Stone. He has a stone wall
That's
face.
how they were
and it's the
twice,
funniest
too.
thing ever. Yeah.
Did you guys
So
have
that
like
was
the
really
live
awesome.
band there too?
yeah,
For
we
parts
did.
of it, yeah.
Because they had some songs. I can't remember off the top of my head, but they had some songs that they played. It was like a live band in the background playing. It was awesome. And then like the
Yeah.
last part of the stage, they were like jamming out and just like running around.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah.
Did you guys have the send off? Did you guys go to the send off?
I don't think so.
Okay, so me and Zeg
Yeah.
had the send off, which was super unorganized to make start off. So basically, you went up to the concourse area of the venue, and you're supposed to get lined up against the walls, and they were going to come out and say goodbye to everybody. But they moved the location like 3 times. So we were originally like in a perfect location to meet them. Then they moved us to another location, and we were like way in the back. And then they moved us again to another location, and I managed
Dang.
to squeeze up
It
in
was
front
nuts.
because I'm tiny.
Oh.
And I got fan cams of them literally 2 feet in front of me talking to the person next to me and
Yeah.
saying hi and stuff. Zeg got some, like, he held his phone up over his head because he's tall.
Yeah, I was all the way in
So-
the back, but I was like one of the
Still
tallest
got-
people there, so I could see clearly, and I just held my phone up like next to my face.
Yeah, but
Just
overall,
grateful.
that was, send off was really cool getting to see them up close. They were back in their like just regular clothes and they're really so sweet. I remember Jenny was taking Jisoo was taking every stuffed animal she saw, and the
Oh.
manager was getting super annoyed because he had to carry them all. It was pretty funny.
Classic cheese.
I don't even know what a send off really was.
Yeah,
I
'cause
don't
I've
think I've
never
ever heard of.
experienced
I
or heard of
didn't until this happened.
Yeah,
No,
I
it-
wasn't sure either.
Just like coming by and saying goodbye and stuff.
that. I imagine
Yeah,
it'd be
so
like a ship.
that was
They're like wishing you farewell.
Yeah, that's what I kind of thought, like a boat flying,
Before they
like
sail
waving
away.
like a handkerchief or a bandana at him, like
that would have been
bye.
awesome.
That was the one
Yeah, so
for
that
me.
was our experience.
Oh
for
my bad, Josh, you go.
Blackpink in Newark.
No, you go. You
Right,
go. It's your
Zeg?
podcast
Got
now.
anything
You
else to
go.
add?
No, I really don't have anything else to add. I mean, we all.
Alright, I guess
Yeah.
I'll let the two hosts talk
So-
now.
I will say the most memorable thing for me was was hearing Jisoo sing Clarity. That was awesome.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that was amazing.
That was cool.
Saw it twice, by the way. I'm trying to flex.
What? Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
'Cause you
'cause
went
he
to
saw-
Korea.
that's right, he
Like,
went
come
to
on.
Seoul.
I
now.
was like, I saw it twice. I'm like, wait a minute.
You
did I also see it
already
Twice.
won. You
That-
already
don't
won.
still-
But it,
Spoil
dude, it
it.
was so good live. It was awesome. She's such a
It's
good
so
singer.
good live.
Their,
That-
their,
yeah.
their stage presence is awesome.
That was the
Oh,
one that was
for sure.
that was the one that was really a bummer because I couldn't go to that one because of work either. I really wanted to go to
Dude.
that one. I really
You
wanted
quit
to
that
go.
job, man.
Hey man, I told him for a long time.
It was just it just had interesting hours. But I mean, like, okay, so Oh My Girl didn't get to go at the time. Liked them, but it wasn't like it wasn't like the biggest deal.
Yeah,
Red
you were
Velvet.
heartbroken.
Red Velvet sucked that I couldn't go. I was really bummed, but I did get to see the fan meet at least. Like, it sucked not seeing Joy, but the fan meet was so cool, and like I did get to see them there. So I was like, okay, I can at least like hang my hat on that. But like Blackpink, I really wanted to see, and I knew it was gonna be a great show, and it was a bummer not getting to see that one. So, I mean, I assume they will come back eventually. So big money
we
will
hope.
be
Fingers crossed.
big money will be
Yeah.
spent on that one if it happens again. Because I need to see.
Because that's
I need to
actually
see
like his
them.
like favorite group is like Blackpink. Like yeah,
It was one of one of my favorites. Yeah, like I liked them a lot, and I obviously want to see them when they come here. So whenever they come again, I definitely want to try and go big for that one because it seems.
For
I
sure.
mean, you guys said you all saw it. It was a blast. So I definitely got to experience that.
He's like,
Mhm.
He said it's I.
uh, Here, you can read the next one since this is your big return to the stage.
Oh, it was a big comeback in a big way. It was huge because we went to Twice Lights. I don't know if you guys had anything in between. Did you have anything in between when you saw Blackpink and? I assume you went both to
Nah,
Twice
it was just
Lights.
I
Twice.
did not have
Right
any in
after.
between.
Twice came, yeah, because Twice came here on the Twice Lights tour, which was like the longest tour ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was that was July 23rd of last year. It was one day after Fog's birthday and 2 days after my birthday. So
Hey,
And
happy
that one-
birthday,
Wow.
you guys.
thanks.
I also forgot where to write down where they're at, but it was like a big place too downtown.
It was in downtown Chicago, and it was
What
it
was
was
it?
it wasn't the United Center.
no, it was it's like right next like McCormick Place.
it was
no.
like UIC, where UIC plays basketball games.
I will say the one thing, the reason I asked about the security for Blackpink was because when we walked into
Winchester
the
Arena.
venue, that's right,
Winchester
Winchester
Arena,
Arena.
that was what it was.
When we walked into the venue, it was like armed security
It was intense.
guards with like
Oh
lit,
my
like
God.
automatic weapons, like
Oh.
standing at the stoplights.
Yeah,
It
they
was
had the
it was
police,
intense.
Chicago police there.
everywhere.
It was-
Everywhere.
Yeah, there was a lot.
That's
it was
crazy. That
it
didn't
was
happen
it
for
was
us.
crazy. It was a crazy like I don't know, you know, I mean I don't know all the details, but like we were just walking up and it was like noticeable, like wow.
Like
there's a
it's
lot
like
of
you're going to go
police
like see
here.
the president.
There's a lot of like very armed security policemen here. Like it was a very noticeable thing. But
Yeah.
Explain to the people what level tickets you got us.
we got the
This guy's the master of buying tickets here.
yeah. So when I was like that
Scared
story was
dog.
just crazy because we literally had such bad luck, and then for me I had double the bad luck because I wasn't able to go to any of the concerts because of my work. And I was like, all right, well obviously like I was confident I could go see Twice because it was in the summer and it was slower in the summer. But I was like, all right, like we're probably not going to get this, but let's just try and get the P1 or whatever it was for Twice, the highest thing. And I literally was like in a very small town because I had to cover a soccer game. And I was just on my phone, and I was like, all right, tickets are coming out. And I like entered the Ticketmaster like with 10 minutes left, like the little thing you enter that I don't even think means anything.
The
Like
queue.
yeah,
That's
that
pointless.
it's just like pointless and stupid.
The waiting
but,
room.
But I was just like sitting there on my phone because I was just like waiting for this game to start in the car, and with like 30 seconds left, that my screen turned black. Like it didn't even go down the one; it turned black, and then it popped up, and it was like it gives you the amount of people in front of you to get the tickets. And it said there is one person in front of you to get the tickets, and my heart started my heart started like racing. I started freaking out.
Yeah.
I was like, this can't be real. Like no way. And then literally it was like a flash of like one person in front of you gone, and then it was like boom, like here you go. It gave like my 4 minutes 30 seconds and like get your ticket, and I was like, is this real life? And I was like so freaked out about the time, but I was able to get like the two of the very highest level
Gold
ticket.
P1.
It was like P1 gold
VIP gold.
for Twice.
Wow.
Tier,
Like,
tier
and
one.
I got him, and I was like, I was just like freaking out, and I got him. I'm literally sitting like at this soccer field in the middle of a cornfield, just by myself, like screaming because I got these tickets.
on the LTE.
And, yeah, and just like no data, and I didn't even think I'd have internet because I was literally in just like a small town. But I like somehow snuck in there as like the second person to get those tickets, and I got the Chicago one, which it was like some exclusive merch, and it was a picture with the girls, a group photo, and then there was a high touch too, as well as our like super stage side close seats.
Like, I mean, we were like Josh, like I said, he has a screenshot. We were like on the barricade, right? We were
Yeah.
like maybe
Yeah,
a
they were-
security guard away from the stage.
yeah, and
Yeah.
so like
Wow.
that, getting that, I mean, getting that made me feel a little bit better about like just not like coming through with these other concerts. Like, okay, we got the highest level, and like Twice is coming. Like that's a big deal. So we had those tickets, and I mean, that was like that. I don't even know how to describe that.
And it's like
concert.
also it did come with like early access and all that stuff, like your normal, more expensive tickets do. But we were actually talking about this before the show, and we have never taken advantage of that once. So we got there when the doors opened, like everybody else did, and we
Well,
got all our
geez.
exclusive merch.
We because we never went really crazy. I bought some Twice Lights merch like afterward, but like we never go super crazy on getting some of the merch at the concerts, and that's what the early access for that one.
Oh,
pretty
and
much
also
was.
when we
It's-
got there, like within the actual general admission coming in, like everyone was going in, all the merch was sold out in the first like 10 minutes. They had like nothing.
when we got there, yeah,
Merch
it
goes
was
like crazy.
It was
Like,
wild. But,
sold out all over the
but
place.
since we knew we had assigned seats on the floor, we're like, okay, there's we're not going crazy on this merch, so there's no reason to get there like way too early. But I mean that concert was incredible. There's no other way to put it. Twice.
And no one promotes JYP like he promotes himself.
Oh, that was so funny.
Oh,
That's
sure.
true.
His intro video that had all his groups and then himself.
And like
at
his
the very
greatest
end.
achievements and awards.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
It was. We were cracking up. It was so
He's a
funny.
world-renowned superstar, sold this many albums, and been in this many countries. I was like, man, that's so freaking
Shout out
funny.
to JYP.
But no,
Only
the whole
JYP
show
can
itself
like
was.
that.
Also, sadly, Mina was not there, so
Yeah.
if they don't come back, I'll forever have to regret never being able to see twice with all 9 members.
They
Oh,
promised to
yeah.
come back as 9.
They
so
did
we'll
promise.
see.
We also, of course, we got our high touch with them in our picture, and all of them aren't
How
there.
was that?
So, first off, the high touch was the most ridiculously secure thing in the entire world. So you know how when you go for the high, well, obviously we're doing this because people don't know. When you go to high touch, there's like the group, and they're on like one side of a table. You come through the other side of the table, and you literally like high five for like 1 second, right? We were there on one side of the table. There's like a security guy and a staff member telling you to like go through. Then there's another security guy on the end saying like, okay, you gotta leave, you gotta leave, you gotta leave. And then there's two
They
other
rush you
security.
through.
Oh yeah, and then there's 2 other security guys on the other side watching everybody as they were passing them. So there's 4 security guys and a couple staff people. And as soon as you hit the table, they're like, go, 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 and you live like this, and you're like, hey,
Oh.
hi, 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 and then that was done. It took
Yeah,
like
if you-
15 seconds.
For those who haven't been to a high touch, don't be shocked. They rush you through that stuff. Like especially
They
group
really
photos
do.
too. They get you in and they get you out as quick as they possibly can. So just don't be shocked. Don't think the staff's being rude.
You barely have
It's
enough
just
time to
what
say
they
hi.
gotta do.
This
you
one-
really, if you have
this-
a message you're planning to say, you're not gonna get it out.
Nope,
if
you
it's
won't.
more than like
This-
4 words.
This
Yeah, I
one was.
learned that one the hard way.
This one, you can tell that story in a second. No, this
Yeah, I
one
will.
was like, this one was so like, it was just because you walked in and first like, okay, the Twice concert was absolutely incredible. It was perfect. We were right there, got awesome videos, photos. We saw all the girls so close, and so we go to the section you have to get in afterward with your VIP stuff, right? That process took so long to get in these weird lines of like certain
Oh, yeah, there'd be,
numbers.
like, a certain amount of
people were
people.
going. They were going through again and checking like people's licenses. It was so secure. That took such a long time just to get to the point where we could go to the high touch. And then like you go to the high touch, walk in. It was in the room, and like Flog said, there's these 2 giant ass dudes, and then dudes at the end, and then all in the back of like, or I guess the front of the room, like on the opposite side of the girls, where there were so many. I assume staff members. There were so many of these like people just sitting there. It was almost like intimidating, and like you get to the moment of like getting to the girls, and I know the dude in front of me, I don't know what happened, but he like kind of stopped for a second, and then this big giant dude was like, go! I swear he like shoved him, and I'm like behind him like, oh my gosh. It was like so, it was just like such a high intensity like environment.
Like you couldn't even enjoy it because it was like so tense. Like if you like make one step out of line, you're getting like stabbed and shanked with a machete. Like it was like ridiculous, dude.
But-
Like you were getting tackled and put
I
on the
mean-
ground.
I mean, it was amazing. I mean, literally seeing them in person that close. Like
I mean, you did get to
had-
touch them and like lock eyes with them. But
Yeah,
I mean,
I
it's
mean,
like it's just so quick.
It
It's
was
crazy.
just the whole environment of it was very intense for Twice. But like, yeah, the high touch was amazing, and I had a shirt that I like got made. It just said like, it was a picture Momo posted on Instagram forever ago. She's like a coat hanger. She has like a hanger in her back, and she's like hanging in a closet, and she has like a blank face. And I got that, so I was like, all right. I know this is gonna go fast, so I need to make sure she sees my shirt. Like I need to know that she saw that. And I was like going up, and like it was Nyan before Momo, and so like luckily I'm going, and we were at like it was like a okay pace, and like Nyan saw it first and started laughing, and then she went and turned to Momo and tapped her and pointed to the shirt, and then Momo like cupped her hands over her mouth, started laughing,
awesome.
and I like pointed to it, and then I like gave Momo a high five and finished it out. So I was like, okay, like good, like mission accomplished there. They're like the most beautiful people I've ever seen in my life. All of them.
Oh, so much better looking in person. I
It's-
mean, they
it
look
was-
good on
yeah.
camera, but
It
so
was
Oh, yeah.
it was
If you do high
amazing.
touches, it's amazing how
They're-
much more
they're-
beautiful people look in person.
also
perfect.
Dion is like the smallest person I've ever seen in my life.
So
Like,
short.
yup.
Not just
Yeah.
like short wise, but just like small.
So
she is a small. I feel like I
small.
could put like both of my hands like around her waist. Like it's like ridiculous. Like she's like super tiny.
And then we went
Also, Chewie's a giant. In case anyone's wondering.
Chewie's like the most beautiful human I've ever seen.
She's like we like
with
literally
my own
like
eyes.
standing eye to eye. Like
She was
super tall.
She was so sweet and so gorgeous, and like going in for the group photo.
That's where the real interaction happens.
No, that is the thing. Well, I was gonna kind of say it at the end, but like the real interaction is like in your group photo time. Like that is when you can get some awesome like fan service. Because I like
That's
walked
the most
in.
time you get.
It is.
Yeah, and they like talk to you, they'll wave at you, and they'll say hi to you like 100 times. It's crazy.
And like Momo was on the end, so I walked in and like pointed to my shirt again. She started laughing and like she gave me like a thumbs up or something. So then we like went and I was at the other end and I like took the picture and I got up. I'm not kidding. Like I instantly turned to look at Momo because I was like I got to. It was like my ultimate bias, and she was like looking at me. So we were like locked eyes, and then I like blew a kiss, and then I like turned around and I didn't even see her reaction. I was like, all right, I got it. I was like, I'm just gonna leave that up to fate. Whatever happened next.
Yeah.
Shout out Hicho.
Alec that hoop.
But then yeah,
Hicho blocked that shit.
Like,
Yeah,
he's too
he
short. But then yeah, when we left too, Chewie was on the end, and she was so sweet.
I was like, never in my entire life have I ever seen. She's always like never has any emotions or does anything.
Oh, she was so sweet.
I've never seen her in a better mood in my entire life. Like she said hi like probably 40 times to every single person leaving.
She was like, "Thank
That's
you
awesome.
for
And
coming."
they're like high-fiving people like when
Yeah,
they're leaving.
like,
She's like, hi.
she was on the
hi or
like,
see ya.
And like right at the end, it was her, and I just always remember her being so kind and like
she was so
smiling
happy.
and just the most gorgeous human being. And there was a lot of fan service there, and that was awesome. It was totally worth it.
Oh yeah.
That was, I mean, it was probably like my number one concert. I mean, I've been to just because of everything, and it was like twice. So I was like, okay, that's obviously like a huge deal.
Yeah, that's pretty much. Yeah,
You guys went too, right? Sorry.
Oh yeah, I forgot you
Sorry.
guys.
You guys
were
went
you guys
too.
were you guys there?
Yeah. I went to Chicago too.
Yeah,
Mine's a
I went to
quick
New York.
story. I had P5. I was front row balcony, like kind of almost center stage off to the right a little bit, which was pretty cool because I had an unobstructed view. So you guys haven't heard this story before, and I'm just gonna say it. So I almost got kicked out of Twice Lights. And I'm gonna explain this real quick.
Oh no, after dark.
Okay. So, due to a special circumstance, not exactly going to go into a reason why, there was no like tomfoolery. It wasn't like I was trying to sneak in or anything. Basically, I was put at a special entrance, and there was apparently a miscommunication. They let me and my friend in like extremely early, like before VIP got in, before anybody got in.
Whoa.
And we were just in there, and we like walked around, and like we got weird looks and stuff. And all of a sudden, the head of security comes up to us. He's like, "What are you guys doing in here?" And I'm like, "We were just let in."
Did you flash me your
And he's
badge?
like, "No,
Should have.
no."
Did you know?
I'm with
he
the
was
I'm with
like,
the crew.
He was like, "No, you guys can't be in here." And he took us down to the main floor and like was trying to like push us out of the doors. And we're like, "No. We were literally just let in by these staff members up here. Go talk to them." And basically, there was communication between the head security guy and these other like staff members, and they're like, "Okay, we're sorry, we didn't know, blah blah blah," and then they like kicked us back out of where we came in. Then we had to wait again, and then we were finally let in. But it was very nerve wracking because the head of security was like not having it. He wanted us like gone for the whole night, and I was just like praying like, please don't kick us out. Like I gotta see the show, and luckily it all worked out in the end. But it was pretty
That
scary.
is sketchy. I'm not gonna lie.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
It's like what?
it was just a miscommunication between the ticket takers and security.
Yeah,
and-
sure. Go ahead.
I'm sure, why not?
Just go. You're fine.
Yeah,
This seems okay to
yeah.
me.
It was a big mess, but it worked out in the end.
How could this
And
possibly
also,
go wrong?
random luck. Before the show, there was like a park nearby where they were giving out like fan goods and stuff. I went in there. I saw Sam. Shout out to Sam. I got a selfie with him.
Dude, the ultimate selfie exclusive.
Best,
He got a
best
picture
guy.
with
Got a selfie.
Sam, twice guy.
Got a selfie with Sam, and then at the end of the concert, me and my friends were just walking around the venue randomly, and all of a sudden we see 3 vans like whip up, and I hear Russell behind me. I turn around and I see Sam leading a group of like 20 people full
Just head.
sprint to the vans.
Friggin'
And that's when I
Laronitis out here.
realized, and that's when I realized, like, holy crap, Twice is coming out of the venue. Like, they pulled the switcheroo with the vans. They had them set up on the exact opposite side of the venue, and around the other side.
So they fooled them.
They fooled them. They pulled the old switcheroo, and I got actually really good footage of them coming out of the venue from like super close, and that's when I realized how small they were. They were so
tiny.
Tiny.
They were
human
so
beings.
tiny. It
Tiny
shocked
human
me.
beings.
Like, I mean,
It was
when you
really
see them on
awesome.
shows, they kind of look like, you know, like, they'd be like normal size, like, even though they're like next to each other, you know? But when you
Yeah.
see them in person, they're just so small, like
And it was
ridiculously
they're
small.
small, they were cute, and it was really awesome.
Oh yeah, glad.
That's
Did you like Twice Lights and all the showmanship with the flames? It was crazy.
it was pretty freaking cool. I gotta say, I think probably my favorite part, one of my favorite parts was in the beginning with "Stuck in My Head," like the rock version.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah.
was freaking awesome. That hit different.
It did. That hit the right
Oh,
way,
yeah.
man. And seeing
Definitely the
Fancy.
best part.
Fancy was a big deal.
Oh, that's all I said the whole time. I was like, I just want to see
Like,
Fancy.
man,
All I want to see
Fancy
is
was-
Fancy.
Yeah.
That was
Fancy
my whole
awesome.
goal to see Fancy.
I remember screaming fan chants for some songs, and it was great.
What about you, Zach? What do you got to share here with your experience?
Well, you guys made my experience make me regret
Don't be
not
humble
getting
now.
the VIP stuff.
Oh yeah, VIP was
Dude,
tough.
you went to Korea to see Blackpink, okay? Give us this one thing.
You're right. No, I ended up getting I think it was P3, but it was like the first section of like seats like up in like this like the not the floor area. A couple rows back, slightly to the right from stage. There really wasn't like a whole lot for me like to do because like I just showed up at like probably 4 in the afternoon. Because again, seated or assigned seats, so like I didn't really care about anything.
Yeah.
For us, like for merch, I was surprised that you guys said like all the merch was sold out so quickly. Because I did actually end up getting online for some merch, but then one of the staff members came around and were saying, "Hey, like we're gonna be selling merch inside too, so like, and since the door's about to open in like 30 minutes, like, it might be better just to go line up at the door." So I ended up getting my merch inside, and the only thing they ran out of that I heard of was the light sticks.
Oh, that's crazy.
So I don't know what happened to you guys, but for us, like they were stacked on everything.
They hate us.
Yeah,
they
pretty
must
much they
hate
hate
you.
us.
Yeah, they just don't like Chicago.
Yeah.
The only other thing, like for me, with Twice Lights, was just other than like that the opening was stuck in my head, was just the Mina fan chants.
Oh, yeah.
When they
Oh, definitely.
did,
And they lit up the light sticks all together, Mina's color.
yeah, like that.
That was
like,
awesome. That was
Mina's-
emotional.
Mina's my bias, so like that, like I was like crying the whole time. It was like really touching. Yeah, definitely like my favorite part had to be that.
Also,
Show twice, or for Mina.
I'll never forget too at like the closing statements for each member. Jungyeon said she really liked the Chicago deep dish pizza, which I always wait for someone to say.
They got
Like,
to. They got
I was
to.
like, someone's got to mention deep dish pizza, but she started like crying right after that. So that was like a moment. It was just like, oh man,
It was that good. You have to try the pizza.
She started crying like right after that and stuff. So, but that was
Very
I was
humble.
glad I could actually go to that one. That was pretty fun.
But here, before we end the Twice one, I want Justin to tell you guys the best story of all time. This is what I always think about. I think about going to K-pop shows. Tell them about how excited you were to get the P1 tickets because Sam got P2 tickets.
Oh well, yeah.
This is the best story ever. This is
Oh,
so
I mean,
good.
obviously, Sam. Like, I feel like if you follow Twice a little bit, you can just know who Sam is.
Like, he's
because
like a legendary
He's
guy.
he's a super fan. He
legend.
just is, and he's he does a lot for them and is awesome. But like, I follow him on like social media, and like we got those P1 tickets, and like I'm not gonna lie, like for all the crap that we've been through getting tickets, and for me not being able to go to shows and be able to come back to this one 2 days after my birthday, a day I go to Florida, I was fucking pumped.
Dude, he was hyped.
I was like, let's go. I got P1, like we did it. I'm like super proud of myself because we got lucky.
He's
obviously.
Iron Man out here.
But seriously, like the real Tony Stark. But then I saw Sam post that I forgot which show it was, but it was like, oh, got like P2 for this one, and I text Fogg. I was like,
He was so hyped.
I was like, we got better tickets than Sam. Like we are gonna have more of a fan experience with Twice than like Sam this one time. And then it only went on for me to find out that for that one show we might have had better tickets than Sam. I think it was Chicago. 'Cause
Yeah.
we saw him there.
This
we
is the
saw-
funniest thing
and
ever.
then obviously he released a whole like 40-minute blog of him going to every
single show.
every single one
wow.
with some sort of VIP. So
I'll just never forget when he told me that. I was dying.
I was like, oh my gosh, like of course I should have known he's gonna spend all the money to go to every single one. But for Chicago, we got him in
Because
Chicago.
yeah, you know, he like always flies to Korea and he like gets all the merch. We're like, how does he afford this? Like, how does he do this? This is crazy. So like send me
Man's a
messages and he's like, he's got every single photo card. This is nuts. So the one time he's like, yes, we did it. We got better tickets than Sam. This is gonna be awesome. I mean, he was hyped. Like he just won like the NBA finals. You know, like he's going crazy. And I'll never forget. He texted me, he's like, dude, Sam got P2 to probably every single show. It's like, what are you talking about? He's like, he uploaded a blog.
Yeah,
he went
it was
to
like
every
a-
single one, including Korea, and I was
was
like dying laughing.
But for that one show, we did have better.
It's
We
true.
did have a better package than him. The one time,
There you go.
we had a better. We saw him. He was like on the opposite side of us.
Yeah, we did see him
And
there.
I was
We
like,
did
oh
pick
hey,
him.
look, it's Sam.
But dude, I was dying. I'll never.
That was
forget
before I really. Well, I mean, I kind of knew, but that was like now I'm just like, oh yeah, like duh, Sam is at every
Yeah.
single thing.
I remember
and,
seeing Sam.
and like
You got a
from my
picture with
seat.
him.
Well, I saw him from my seat too. I'm like, hey, I was looking, trying to find him, and I saw him down in the crowd. I thought that was pretty cool too.
I was just no, he was honestly like line of sight, like right across from us. So I saw his like head poking up. I was like, oh look, it's Sam. But yeah, that was before I knew he was. But like obviously now it's like no surprise. Like if he's not doing all that, I'm like, wow, Sam, you're slacking. But it was just really funny.
He's a cool dude, though. He's super nice.
Yeah, he's awesome, and he does a lot for Twice too. Like shout out. Maybe one day we can get Sam on the podcast.
Dude,
We'll
we
try.
did.
Hey, that'd be pretty cool.
That would
That'd be
be-
Real
great.
goals.
But that was Twice Lights. Twice Lights was a big deal. So.
Yeah, that was like the biggest experience here. What date do you guys have for the next
I
one?
think they have some in between this one.
I think they do too. Because ours isn't until January 19th, 2020.
Yeah, we had a.
Uh, mine's Dreamcatcher in December.
Okay, I have October, I believe 20th of 2019. So I went to the Wild Card tour in Philadelphia, which
Jealous.
was Card. Shout out to Card, freaking love them.
Definitely.
Card's awesome. You mean you love BM?
Card's awesome.
Don't sugarcoat
Hey,
it.
I love
Yeah,
him
he's just
too.
there for
He
the
is,
end.
he is my favorite male idol. So I got VIP for that, or VVIP, I can't remember which one was called, or P1. So went there. Also, I think it's kind of funny how Zeg from Philadelphia, he didn't even know about this concert until afterwards, unfortunately. But so I flew into New York again, stayed with my buddy. We drove to Philadelphia for the show. Showed up early. I had Philly cheesesteak for the first time. That was pretty good.
How was it? You got it in Philly.
Yeah, how
though.
was it?
Yeah, in Philly, for real. I gave it like a solid 9 out of 10. It was really good.
The last
good.
Philly,
Just
the
wait
only
till you get
Philly,
a pass of Guinness.
the only Philly cheesesteak I had was from Denny's in Bloomington, Illinois.
Pretty
So
much the same thing.
You and Denny's.
Wow. No, you
First
gotta come
off,
to Philly, man.
Denny's
Get
is
an
the
authentic
best.
one.
Don't you dare hate on Denny's.
I'm not hating. Not hating. So, got in line. I was actually in the near the very back of the line. Like there was only a couple people behind me and my friend, which we were kind of sad about because it was a GA. But I remember randomly seeing this person with an umbrella blocking them from the line. I thought, oh, that's kind of weird. And I was like, yo, how funny would it be if one of the artists came out with the umbrella and surprised us all? But I'm like, nah, it's not gonna happen. So 2 minutes after I thought that, I hear people screaming. I'm like, what's going on? I look behind me, and that was BM behind the umbrella. So he pops out. He's like, yo, what's up, everybody? Start dancing. We sing happy birthday to him.
Is
How
he
much
really-
did
and
you
he danced
cry?
with a fan.
Yeah, how much did you
okay.
cry? That's the real question.
I
It's
didn't
a big
cry
moment
at
for
that
you.
moment.
he-
After the concert, I cried.
Is he tall
But
in
at
real
that
life?
moment, he's freaking, yeah, he is pretty tall.
I was gonna say, I know
but
they
it's
say
really
he's tall,
cool.
but I don't know.
But it was really cool to see him just come out instead of the front of the line. He came into to the very back and said hi to us, and it was a really nice treat. So that happened. Went inside the venue. I was probably 8 rows of people back from the stage. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't bad either. The venue was kind of like Oh My Girl. It was pretty small, but it was a little bit bigger. The biggest thing I remember about the venue was there were holes in the ceiling, and I remember feeling chunks of drywall or plaster falling down.
What a
during the
great
concert.
memory.
The real,
The
real
concert
experience.
the concert was insanely hype, because they have a lot of upbeat music. It was it was honestly one of my favorite concerts. I got a fan sign with it afterwards. I can't remember if it was before or afterwards actually, but I got to see everybody. They signed this little poster that they gave to everybody. Everybody was absolutely beautiful, crazy, crazy beautiful. And I got to ask BM. I'm like, yo, hey BM, you're my body goals, man. What's the secret? And
What a
he
compliment.
tells me, he's like, man, I tell you what, it all starts in the kitchen.
It's
And
true.
I'll never forget that. I will always remember. So listen to BM if you want to get big. Start in the kitchen.
Is it
That's,
working
That's
for
where it
you?
all begins.
that's so funny.
Are his tips working for you?
They are not, because I'm not following them, unfortunately.
Wow.
At least you have them though.
But yeah, right. But the concert was awesome. BM actually performed 2 songs from his SoundCloud, which
Here we
was
go.
freaking
Here we
awesome.
go.
If for those listening, if you haven't heard BM SoundCloud, please go check it out. It's filled
Shameless
with
promotion for
insane-
BM SoundCloud from Josh.
I gotta shout it out. It's insanely good music. It's super hype. If you're looking for something to work out in, that stuff is phenomenal. He performed 2 songs from that. They performed Inferno, which wasn't released yet, a collab between him and
Oh,
J-Seth.
I'm jealous.
And then for the encore, I actually couldn't video it because it was too hype. They did Dumb Liddy and Bomb Bomb.
Man,
And
Ooh.
I got Bomb Bomb. Got a little bit of that.
Bomb
It was
Bomb
awesome because
Chocolat?
some parts of Bomb Bomb Chocolat. Spoiler.
do that collab right
but
now.
where was I? So during the encore, BM had these bottles of water, and like when the drop hit, he just like smashed the water bottles together, kind of like Stone Cold Steve Austin it,
Yes.
and like sprayed the entire crowd with
With that Faygo.
with water, and that was crazy. And then he did the same for Dumb Liddy, and it was an absolute phenomenal concert. In terms of like how hype and how of concerts, that and the next one we're gonna say are on par. Like I can't decide which one was more hype. But overall, amazing concert. Card is an amazing group. I can't wait for them to come back.
I'll be
Yeah,
there
I kind
next
of
time.
regret not getting into them until it was too late.
I need to go see him so I can see him play Knocking on My Heaven's Door.
Not they did play that, and that's one of my favorite Card songs.
That's
and
my
I
favorite
absolutely
Card
lost
fan,
it.
or my favorite
It's
Card
such a good
song.
song.
That sounds awesome though. I'll have to see him next time they come around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You said you guys have another one that we did not go to?
Yeah,
was-
so the next one was December. It was like I think the first week of December. It was actually on my dad's birthday.
It was December 8th.
Yeah, December 8th. It was Dreamcatcher's invitation to Nightmare City.
Man, that sounds awesome.
That sounds so cool.
It was just so good. We all got Josh and I had VVIP tickets, which I honestly forget everything it included. I know there was a
I
high
have a
touch.
list of it. It had a signed poster, which ended up getting switched.
Yeah.
It had a high touch group photo, early entry, a no line rule, so the tickets were numbered, and then an admission to the concert.
Yeah, so quick story on like the signed poster into the photo cards. They promised a signed poster. Then as it got closer to the concert, they switched it to. They said originally signed photo cards, and that during the high touch, the members would hand them to you. And then they re-clarified saying that they were actually printed photo cards.
Like the
so
signatures
really-
weren't signed; it was printed
Yeah.
on.
Ooh, I would not have had that.
Yeah,
Ooh.
so like everybody they were just so mad about it because I forget who promoted it, but they were saying that it was like a big upgrade, but it was more of like
A downgrade.
at most it was a side grade, but yeah, it's
Side grade.
it's pretty much like a downgrade.
I've never heard that
Um,
before. That's so funny.
Was that like a Tastemaster thing? Was it one of those?
Yeah,
It was a
through
My
the-
Music Taste. Studio PAV was
Okay.
the
Yeah, through Studio
promoter.
PV.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, and like funny thing about like I would not have gone to this unless Josh like messaged me on Instagram asking if I had known that they were
Yeah, I'm
coming.
like, hey man, are you going to Dreamcatcher? And he's like, wait, what? When are they coming?
Yeah. I
Hey,
had
thanks for the
no
message,
clue.
Josh.
yeah,
We would have gone.
I didn't know you yet.
Yeah, I
Good
had no
point.
clue. So like, like I was on as soon as like they announced the tickets, I was on there just getting this VVIP.
That's
And
crazy.
then-
You could still get on there and you didn't even know about it.
Well, like the tickets didn't release yet. I think they released like a week or two later.
Oh, okay. I thought you like
So, like,
saying
I
that
had
they
time-
released already.
Yeah, no, not yet. But all the information about it was already out there, but I somehow missed it. And then there was like another thing that we paid for. I didn't even know that he paid for it. I just like did it because like screw it, I'm gonna do it. But it was like an over the sky like special event, where you got to basically sit in on like a little like Q&A. It was like you and maybe like 50 other people. So it was like just a small like Q&A session with the members. And then you actually got a one-on-one photo with the members.
That's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my
your
life.
phone.
Yeah,
And
it was
then
on your own phone, which is really cool.
yeah, so you had the picture like right away. And then they did a sound check. I don't remember too much of the Q&A because I was just like in awe of like how close they were, like right there, right? And then what was I about to say? Oh, for the photo, like this was the first time like I've had to do like a group photo. So, or really since it was one-on-one, so it was like the first time like I saw people were doing like various poses, like, oh man, like I don't know what to do. Like this is gonna be crazy. Like everyone was doing the stereotypical like cross your arms, to make like a heart with people. But Josh was like a couple people ahead of me, and I saw him do this pose where he put his hands out like side to the side of him. And Sion and Dami were there, and then they kind of like lined their head up to look like they're like resting in his hands. And so I was like, oh man, like I guess I'll do that because that's the first time that was something different happened. I was like, I want to be different too.
Yeah.
I want to be a
best part
follower. Wait, it's different.
The
Yes.
best part about that pose was Shion actually put her chin in our hands.
Yes,
I'm so
Like she actually
jealous.
Wow.
rested her chin in our hands.
And I will never forget that feeling of like
Yeah.
her head just like in my hand.
And so I went first. I was a couple people ahead, and I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting them to just hover over, and so I wasn't looking at her. And when I felt like it didn't click until after the photo. Like I felt her on my hand, click photo, and then as I was getting up, I'm like, oh my god, she
Wait a
just
minute.
put her head in my hand, and
Yeah.
it blew my mind.
It was
Have you
nuts.
washed your
I didn't
hands
even know that
since?
she did that for you.
I have not washed my hands since.
Good move.
Yeah.
That's the right choice. Screw COVID-19.
Yeah, screw it.
Exactly. Yeah, I didn't even know that she put her hand in his hand, her head in his hand.
That's kind of weird to say,
And
right?
so
That's
it is
twister.
tongue twister. Say that a couple times fast. And then she did it to me too, and I was just like, oh my god, this is absolutely amazing.
You lived your dreams, dude.
I was living my dreams. And I think from that point, like Sion definitely became like my bias of the group because at the time I don't think I really had one.
You have to. Then.
But at that point, like I was like, all right, well, Sion, you're my bias because you touched me.
It's fate.
Um,
She literally touched you.
Yeah.
Wow, so good. What is so good?